Good evening everyone, or good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are in the world. My name is Joshua. I'm coming to you from Sendai in northeastern Japan. Thank you again for joining my channel. I hope this information is of use, especially to victims of narcissistic abuse or psychopathic, malignant narcissistic abuse from intimate partners who are most definitely suffering from a personality disorder, cluster B personality disorder. On this channel, I use specific details of abuse that happened in my relationship with my partner in a hope to give you someone to relate to in case you're still in a fog and you're not sure if you're being abused or not. If you're at that level of unclarity, it is, in my estimation, a very high chance that you are in fact in a relationship with a very, very toxic, narcissistic person. So today, I'd like to delve into the topic of sleep deprivation. I would say that this is probably a common torture tactic of most narcissists, and most definitely of psychopathic, malignant narcissists. It certainly occurred to me almost on a nightly basis or on a daily basis, and I'll get into what I mean by that later in this video. Essentially, you are being abused for falling asleep. Falling asleep is something, of course, that all humans have to do. While we are sleeping, our immune system performs very restorative functions that help the brain, the body perform well the next day. But in a narcissistic relationship, that's not going to happen. That's going to break down. And it's going to break down pretty quickly. For me, after we moved in together, I would say that I lost my healthy sleep patterns probably a week, maybe 2 weeks into the relationship. So today I want to talk about how they do this. I'm going to cite specific examples that I experienced. So let's get into that. First, leading up to sleep. Not even while you're in bed, leading up to sleep, in the evening, maybe in the afternoon. The process of torture, the process of cruelty, baiting, that leaves you ruminating the rest of the day about what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? What did I say? It doesn't make sense. How can I make this better? There must have been a misunderstanding. Nope, there was no misunderstanding and you did nothing wrong. Essentially, you're being abused. And most of the time, you're not even aware that it's happening. This will lead up to sleep. And during the evening time, a very common tactic is that you will be ghosted. The other person will simply pretend that you don't exist. In my case, she would sit at the kitchen table playing on her phone or pretending to be busy writing things that were meaningless, just jotting random things on a piece of paper in order to ignore me, in order to ignore having a decent, adult, peaceful conversation. What about when you get into bed? In my case, so many things happened. Let's say, for example, I got into the bed and the light is on the bedroom nightstand and she's reading a book. I say reading because she never did read, she only pretended to read, but that's a different video. But she's in the bed reading, and I, for one, have to pretend that I don't know she's not reading. And I say, "Are you going to still read?" She says, "Yes." Okay, so the light is on. I go to sleep. And then I wake up and the light is still on, but she slammed the book down and put it on the floor just to make sure that I know she stopped reading and she's not going to turn off the light. That is, in my view, not only incredibly childish, but evil, if you pardon the expression. What about during sleep? Why? We slept in a king-size bed. But even then, and even though she's half my size, she would insist on occupying half or more than half of the bed. Or she would roll on over into me, knee me in my side. Or she would wake me up in the middle of deep sleep and ask if she can hold my arm or so to restrict my movement. I could never get back to sleep once that happened, but she would fall to sleep quickly. And I would be left there looking at the ceiling, ruminating, how can I get away? But I don't want to get away because if I escape the bed, and I do mean escape, the next day would be a day guaranteed to be full of abuse. One other thing I'll mention, there are many more I may do a second video on this, but I don't want this video to go too long, is while you are sleeping, the person may get up early, slam doors, stomp, throw pans and pots down as noisily as possible. I guarantee you it's purposeful. There's nothing accidental about how a narcissist or a psychopathic narcissist abuses you. There's no accident. Everything is planned. I promise you. Everything is planned in order to secure, they call it narcissistic supply. It could be negative supply or positive supply, but to secure it, either to make you angry, in this case most definitely to disrupt your sleep. And when they do so, in my case, she got an intense high from this. In fact, her mood would improve. What happens to you after a prolonged sleep deprivation? On a day-to-day basis, you lose clarity, you become lethargic, you cannot focus, you become irritable, it hits your body as well, you lose appetite, you always feel sort of like in fight-flight mode. But one thing is for sure, come bedtime, you are never going to be comfortable. And that will never end, ever, in a narcissistic, psychopathic relationship. It will never end. And the ultimate goal is to create fog and to push you deeper into the forest so that you are more easy to control. It is my hope that if you watch videos like this and you recognize patterns similar in your own relationship, then it's my hope that you will one day realize that you are stuck deep in a forest and you cannot see what's going on around you. But take it from me, get out of that forest and get out fast. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, please feel free to subscribe and hit the notification button. Also, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave comments if you like about sleep deprivation situations in your own relationship. Again, thank you very much for watching. Have a good day and sleep well.